beautiful day on the island of Sodor, and all the engines were doing their jobs, happily and cheerful. Everything was going great except one engine. One day, Neil, the little green box tank engine, was chuffing down the line, pulling his train. He was taking it all the way to Nafford Harbor, but he didn't know that he was heading for trouble. But as he trundled down the line happily, he came around a curve and a tree branch knocked his whistle off. This meant he couldn't work until he got a new one. "Oh, crap," said Neil crossly. Unfortunately, since he can't be able to continue his journey, Boco was the only engine available to take his goods train onward, and Neil was shunting the siding out of the way while he's being expected. Oh man, I can't run without a whistle. That would be too dangerous. If I go out like that again, without one, oh my god, who knows what I'll be? I could derail, or I could explode and die. Oh my god, I'm so lucky I'm here right now. An engine's not an engine without a whistle, Neil, Ben said cheekily. You wouldn't be laughing if you lost your whistle, said Clive. Yeah, Ben, just ask James, said Matthew. Not long ago, James had lost his whistle for being a complete idiot, and he had to wait for an entire week for his whistle to be repaired at the steamworks. But don't worry about it, brother. You'll be back on track before you know it. Just then, Sir Tom the Hat came to see how Neil was doing. He had heard about the incident, and he was very worried. Neil, I heard that you have a little accident with your whistle problem. I understand it wasn't your fault, and I'm not cross with you. However, you won't be able to pull your excursion train from Vicarstown all the way to Nafford Station. I'll have to get the job to someone else. And in fact, I know an engine in mind that's not busy at the moment. When the Fat Control told the box tank who it is, he was worried. I'm not sure he could pull those coaches, sir. Even though the other one... Wait, what happened to the other ones? They need elsewhere. So, unfortunately, he's going to have to use the old express coaches. Oh, no, said Neil. He won't like this. Well, he will have to struggle on this, I presume. Yes, Ed. Well, I must be off now. I'll come back and check on you later. And with that, the Fat Control walked away, leaving the old box tank worried and sad. The engine that the Fat Control gave the job to was none other than Jack, the little red tender engine. He was waiting patiently for the passengers to board, and when they did, the garbo's whistle, he tried to set off, but he was having some problems, and the other engines were teasing him for it. "Ha! Do you see him straining?" said Reginald. "Possibly painful, you ask me," Spencer said. "Huh, just pathetic, guys," Diesel said. "He should just give up and be preserved before it's too late. He looks like he's too old to be useful." "That's enough! Shut up!" Rosie said fiercely. "You're all jealous. Jack is better than any of you." "You're right, Rosie," Henry said. "I learned that from when Edward done that kind of stunt. Jack may be a little young and a little old, but he will surprise us all for sure. He knows everything. Well, sometimes he knows everything." "I done it! We're off! I done it! We're off!" Jack said as he steamed away out of the station, puffing through the wonderful countryside. Thomas and Percy were waiting at Napa Station for the very important excursion train passengers. As Jack steamed into the station, they were going to show them all around Thomas's branch line. And when everyone was on board, their journey to Thomas's branch line began. They show them quarries. They show them stations. And best of all, they even show them some of their friends who were not busy. Everybody thought Thomas's branch line was the most beautiful part of the entire island of Sodor, indeed. After they got everyone out of both their coaches, they gave them back to Jack. Jack took the rest of the passengers home. Once again, the guard blew its whistle, and Jack steamed away from the station on his way back to Vickers. "Hey, Thomas," said Percy. "Yeah, Percy," said Thomas. I feel a little raindrop." "So do I. We better get to our sheds real quick." On their way back down the line, the weather changed. But unfortunately, it changed for the worst. Wind and rain buffeted at Jack and his precious coaches. His driver and farmer tried to gain control due to the weather, and the sand was hard to steer the engine. Just then, Jack's wheels started gripping and slid furiously when one might crack, something broke. They checked over the poor engine. Repairs took some time. "Both your coupling rods broke, Jack. And I found the problem. It was a rock. It hit you when it rolled down the hill due to the storm. Okay, we're going to place your broken rods on your cab. Now you look at an old-fashioned engine. When you get these people home, they must start back tonight before the train leaves." "I'll try, driver," promised Jack. Jack tried to get going again, but the wet rails held him back, and he couldn't start up again. The passengers began to get impatient. So, both driver, fireman, and guard made some test adjustments to the coaches. "We loosened the couplings a little tighter on the coaches, Jack," said the driver. "Now you can pull these coaches one by one, just as you like handling freight cars." "That will be much easier," Jack said. Jack took a big puff, and Jack took a big, brave puff, and then, "Come on," puff and whistled Jack. He puffed and took one big pull, and the first helped the second, and the second helped the third, and the third helped the fourth. "I've done it! I've done it! I've done it!" cried Jack. "I did it! I did it! I really did it! Steady now, steady now. Well done, boys! Well done, boys!" The driver. "You got them! You got them! You got them! Go on, Jack! Go on, son!" The driver actually lifted Jack's steady beat as he puffed slowly down the line. Puffing hard, with wheels struggling but not beaten, Jack continued and strained on toward the line towards Vickerstown. The other engines were shocked when Jack passed by. They'd never seen Jack puffing so hard before. Reginald was sitting at the station with the return train to the mainland. Beep, beep, whistled Jack as he puffed into the station. So kind of you join us at last, Jack, said Reginald. 15 minutes late? I knew that struggle you had with a fluke. You probably told your driver to have another engine shunt you. I can't say the time for the return train. Jack was too worn out and tired to say a word or retort, so Tom Matt walked over and angrily pointed at the time. But Reginald was surprised, and so was the Fat Controller. There was lots of happy passengers cheering, and they told the Fat Controller and thanked Jack for his excellent service, and they wanted to come back to Sodor again and again and again to see Jack and the other engines indeed. After the Fat Controller was informed about Jack's little dilemma, he apologized to Jack straight away and called himself a very brave and reigning engine. Jack was never been so proud. Reginald just remained respectfully silent as Jack gazingly looked at him. He just said nothing, and when the guard blew the whistle, Reginald steamed away with much pushing and huffing. Later that night, after returning from the steamworks with new coupling rods, Jack rejoined his friends at Vicarstown Sheds. The other engines had heard all about his adventure, but they were giggling quietly about Spencer's little accident. Henry said that Spencer tried to do a loop-de-loop. He derailed outside Vicarstown Station after complaining about, the sheriff and the sightings at the mainland. Neil got a new whistle, and as for Reginald, Ginty said that Reginald refused to take a good thing, but he wanted to show Porter a thing or two about handling freight. But I mustn't say no more, or shall I spoil the next story. But anyway, Jack felt like he had a new place on the island of Sodor and felt like a really useful engine indeed.